Long time no see. Yeah, I've been really busy, and honestly, I have been debating whether or not to keep doing these videos. So I'm not going to do this. I'm going to finish this series of videos I've been wanting to do for a while, and then I'm going to decide whether or not I want to keep going, maybe take a short sabbatical, or just completely forget about this channel and do other stuff. So, but we forget all that right now. It's Shark Week, baby! It's Shark Week, that's right. Yes. Shark Week started this week. Also, last Friday, we had the debut of a new shark movie called The Shallows. This is a different type of shark movie, but that's not what kind of movies that I've watched in the past. No, I've watched some very bad shark movies. But then again, they're not really bad. They're just cheesy. And that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, I enjoy cheesy shark movies. I enjoy Shark Week. So for this Shark Week, I'm going to tell you my top 10 B-shark movies. Alright, here you go. Number 10 is Red Water. Now this one's kind of interesting because it's about a bull shark. And for those of you who don't know, bull sharks are the only shark that can actually swim in fresh water. They've been actually found in the Mississippi River in America. Yeah, kind of interesting. And going to the movie, a lot of people didn't really know that, so it's kind of interesting that it was something that was told to us and through a character say, oh, sharks don't swim in fresh water. And another person played by Lou Diamond Phillips, who's an expert, I guess, on sharks. I don't remember too much about his character, unfortunately. He says, oh yeah, actually the bull shark does swim in fresh water. And so that's a nice little thing that makes it unique, kind of sticks out a little bit. But to be honest, the rest of the movie is rather forgettable. But it has a very funny way of ending it. And the story behind it is kind of, I want to say, unnecessary. But if you watch it, you might get a few laughs. But all in all, it's not something I would go back and watch every so often. Number 9 on my list is Shark Hunter. Yeah, this one is kind of interesting because this is one of the first movies I ever saw that actually had a megalodon as the shark that was going to be the antagonist. And it's pretty funny because at the time I watched the movie, there was a lot of talk on Discovery Channel and other animal channels, I guess, that talked about the megalodon and talked about what it was and what it could have been and how it could have attacked. And this is one of the first movies that kind of took it and just made it fun, I guess. But it's kind of done in a suspenseful way, which kind of makes it different because this isn't just, oh, the shark is terrorizing a family or terrorizing the oceans and terrorizing, a beach. This is actually one that is, they're looking for it. And Antonio Sabato Jr., I think that's the main character in this one. If it isn't, sorry about that. His family was eaten by this megalodon. He swears he saw it, and everybody says, oh, you're just crazy because this happened to your kids. You don't know what really happened. And so he joins this group of scientists that's looking for the megalodon in the ocean, and he wants to be part of it. It plays a kind of suspenseful, and then they're the ones that need to be rescued in a sense. Okay, but kind of anticlimactic towards the end, and not as big of a body count as you would think from a shark movie. But number 8 on my list is Malibu Shark Attack. Now, this one I give credit because it actually has a different type of shark. It actually uses goblin sharks. I knew what the goblin sharks were because, like I said, I like sharks. I'm fascinated by them, so I knew they existed. But the characters, at least in the movie, acted like they had never seen one of these things before. It kind of had the element of Piranha 3D, in the sense that a tsunami or some sort of earthquake releases these animals into the ocean. But in using a rare and not really well known shark, like a goblin shark, was actually an interesting idea. Unfortunately, the rest of it's not too good. And the acting is what you'd expect from a movie like this. And it unfortunately doesn't have the kind of fun where you can get some friends together and really Mystery Science Theater the hell out of the movie. And it's unfortunate because I think it had potential, especially using different types of sharks, because usually we just see great whites over and over again. And even in the trailer that I saw for The Shallows, it also just showed a great white shark. So it was an interesting idea using a different type of shark, but unfortunately the movie itself, I would say watch it once and then you don't need to see it again. Number 7 on my list is Shark Swarm. This one is kind of fun, but it's very long though. And it's a movie that has a kind of an environmental message to it, don't mess with nature. And in this one, a greedy land developer is trying to buy out the land for something. It's one of those types of movies where a greedy bastard is trying to take land for somebody and does something to the land in order to get people to sell to him. So this time he's poisoning the ocean and it's driving the sharks crazy, and now they're swarming and looking for food and all this other stuff. Interesting environmental message, but come on, we want to see some shark attacks. There's a really dumb romance element to this movie, and at some points it's like the movie makers are saying, okay, people want to see shark attacks. Even though we're going to have this story of environment, and even though we're going to have this dumb romance, we gotta show people getting eaten by sharks. And every so often you would just see somebody getting attacked, sometimes at random, just to let you know, hey, don't worry, we got you. We're going to show people get eaten by sharks. And the way some of them are done is kind of dumb, but some of them are pretty cool. And there's one girl in the movie, you feel kind of bad for her because of the people getting eaten right in front of her. It's actually quite funny in a messed up kind of way. But I do like the fact that they use different types of sharks. And I want to talk about another movie that uses different types of sharks, but do it, I think, in a better way. But all in all, I think because it's long, it's kind of hard to get through it. But at least it gives you plenty of bodies getting eaten. And it could be kind of fun to get together with friends and just roast a movie. This could be fun. Number 6 on my list is the Shark Attack series. Yes, this time I'm going to do a series of movies. And because I watched all 3 of them, the first one and the second one are kind of tied together. And they're trying to find a cure for cancer using sharks. Don't ask. This was 99. This is the very start of the shark exploitation movies, so let's just go with it. And so you have these sharks that are kind of being driven crazy in a sense, and you see this sort of almost a detective story with sharks. And you have Casper Van Dien being the guy that is going to solve this mystery, and Ernie Hudson's right there trying to stand in his way, I guess you want to call it. And so first one uses quite a bit of stock footage of sharks. All 3 of these movies show a lot of stock footage of sharks. And when I get to the third one, oh God, wait till I get to the third one. The second one is cheesy as hell. There is a scene where the shark is swimming away. I use quotes because it literally looks like they took an inflatable toy that looks like a shark and are towing it with the cable. It's like, what the hell is that? And in this one, the offspring from the first movie are now growing rapidly, and so they need different types of meat, I guess, or they need something that will go through their bodies not as quickly as seal fat, I guess. I'm not the best at shark anatomy, how it works. Don't ask me about that. I just like watching sharks. So this one, the opening scene is actually really good, I thought. And the main woman in this one, she's somebody you can kind of root for, and that's good. Unlike the first movie where you don't really root for anybody, and so you kind of root for her. There's an Australian guy in this movie. He definitely seems like a play on Steve Irwin. He has the crocodile hunter, and this guy was like the shark hunter. So it was kind of cool. There was a needless romance element, and why we didn't need this. Same with Shark Attack 3, Megalodon. There's another movie that came out around the same time, I believe, as Shark Hunter. Yeah, Megalodon. This one is cheese upon cheese, and the stock footage of sharks. Oh God, it's hilarious the way they're used. It's hilarious. This is a movie you just watch, go, what the hell are they thinking? It's ridiculous, pretty damn funny, and it's a movie that you'll probably watch a few times just so you can ask yourself, did I really watch that? Did that really happen? And the romance in this one is ridiculous, and it didn't make my top 10 worst movie romances, mainly because there's no way this movie could have been taken seriously by anyone in any way. So yeah, I didn't fault it for a stupid ass romance because everything else in this movie was stupid, but kind of enjoyable. But that's part 1 of my list. Tune in for part 2. It'll probably be either tomorrow or Friday. So until then, let me just ask, what's the best Shark Week episode you've seen? Since we're in the middle of Shark Week, what's your favorite Shark Week episode? So let me know. I'll be back soon for part 2. Later.